Hey, what is up guys, it's Galaxy Tech Double here, back again for the first time in a while. I've been away at uni, haven't had a lot of time to actually do anything, so yeah. But anyway, I'm back again for a deck profile in the new format with dinosaurs, and I've been looking forward to this deck for quite a long time. Yeah, it's been quite a while since it got announced, but I've been looking forward to it nonetheless. And seeing the True King variant as well, that was popping up in the OCG a while back, and to this day is actually, I'm really excited to be playing that as well when we get Maximum Crisis and the rest of the True Draco cards. So yeah, this is going to be a budget version. This is made with 3 structure decks. This is my own take on it, I guess. So yeah, I'll get straight into the deck profile. I won't waste any more of you guys' time. So starting off, we obviously have 3 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyrone. This is basically my favourite card in the whole deck. It's pretty disruptive and it can attack everything on your opponent's field that's in defense. Like, it can attack everything on your opponent's field, and if it's in defense mode, you can, when it attacks it, you can instantly send it to the graveyard and inflict 1000 damage. So this is really, really good. And not only that, it also enables the effect of your dinosaurs, Pteranodon and Baby Ceratosaurus, by using its effect to destroy dinosaur, and if you do flip all face up monsters on your opponent's field face down in defense mode. So that enables the effects of your Pteranodon and Baby Ceratosaurus, and also enables him to attack everything and deal damage. So it's really, really good, and it's an inherent summon of banishing 2 monsters from your graveyard, 2 dinosaur type monsters from your graveyard. So that also helps your Tyranno Infinity, because it gains 1000 attack for each dinosaur type monster to banish. So yeah, then moving on with dinosaurs, so we've got the 3 copies of another new guy, which is Soul Eating Oviraptor. I love this guy as well. It's just your searcher, and it's also your Armageddon Knight, so you can search for the other thing that we're playing, which is Miscellaneousaurus. You've got to play that. So you can either search for a Miscellaneousaurus to add it to your hand, or you can search for an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno or any dinosaur that meets your fancy, and either put it in your hand and or send it to the graveyard. And then its second effect is you can, which also works really nicely with Baby Ceratosaurus and Pteranodon, you can target I believe it's a dinosaur type monster on either player's field, destroy it, and if you do special summon 1 dinosaur type monster from your graveyard, which works so nicely with your Pteranodon and your Baby Ceratosaurus. It's completely unreal. And this is searchable by Fossil Dig as well, so, you know. Then 3 copies of Miscellaneousaurus. This is like Stygian Street Patrol in your graveyard, and it's like a Forbidden Lance in your hand, so you can discard it and from your hand during either player's main phase, and during the main phase of the turn, dinosaur type monsters are unaffected by card effects that you can, which is really good. And then you can banish it from your graveyard and any number of other dinosaur type monsters and summon a dinosaur type monster from your deck, which is really good, whose level is equal to, or whose level is exactly equal to the number of dinosaur type monsters you banish. So you can banish this card. So when I do a variant later on with the Durac Tuner that's level 1, you can just banish this card from your graveyard and get the Durac level 1 dinosaur type monster from your deck, or you can banish this and 3 others to get Tyranno Infinity, or you can banish this and 2 others to get, you know, it's really, really good. And then we got 3 copies of Pteranodon. So when this card is destroyed by card effect, you can summon 1 level 4 or higher dinosaur type monster from your deck in defense position. I do believe it's in defense position, or it can't attack. No, it's just in any position, but it can't attack. So this is really good to destroy this during your opponent's turn, because then that doesn't really matter. But nonetheless, it is really, really good. Just when it gets destroyed, it floats into another dinosaur, which, you know, works wonders. And then the same with Baby Ceratosaurus, except this can summon a level 4 or lower. So this can float into itself or Pteranodon, or just any of the level 4 or lower dinosaur type monsters when it's destroyed by a card effect. So yeah, both of this and Pteranodon are really good, and I don't think I would run them at any less than 3. So yeah, and lastly for the effect dinosaurs anyway. Got 2 copies of Tyranno Infinity. I was thinking 3, but 3 seemed a little bit too cloggy, so I just ran it at 2, and that's the optimum number I think for this deck. Gains 1000 attack. Its original attack is 1000 times the number of banished dinosaur type monsters, so it works really well with Miscellaneousaurus, and also in small ways with Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, because that banishes things from your graveyard. So yeah. Then I said last of the effect dinosaurs because we got 3 copies of Dinomasher X, which is it completely replaces Cabazzles, and it's the fact that it's a water means you can actually, this deck, if you're running an extra deck, has compatibility with Behemoth Shock, and going into Totally Awesome to jam up your opponent's field, which is very, very nice. It's also a beat stick, and you can summon this off Rescue Rabbit, which was one of the very nice reprints in the deck, in the structure deck, which I'm also running. So yeah, and also the fact that this is a normal monster makes it work very nicely with the field spell, which I'll get onto later when we get there. Also, I was thinking this would be a little bit cloggy, but I feel it's very necessary to run, for the sake of other cards, 3 copies of Sabersaurus, because also if you want to use Rescue Rabbit and you've already gone through 2 of one of your vanillas, it's very helpful to have more vanillas back up, just like back in Dino Rabbit days, you had Sabersaurus and Cabazzles. So yeah, that's my mentality behind it anyway. And I did gear this deck towards the mentality that most people would be trying to buy the deck and would have an extra deck to go along with it. Maybe a cheap one, maybe not. You never know. So yeah. Then lastly for the monsters, 1 copy of Rescue Rabbit, because this card is just too good not to run with Dinomasher and stuff running around. There's something also very nice with the field spell, which I'll get onto in a moment as well. So yeah, that's all for the monsters. So yeah, getting on to the spells, as I said, the field spell, 3 copies of Lost World is incredibly good. It's a little bit slow, so I don't think I'll be running this when we get the True Draco field spell, Dramatic Diagram, or whatever they're going to call it. But yeah, this card is very good because all monsters that aren't dinosaurs lose 500 attack, which instantly makes this deck very nice with things like Ragnar Zero, if you were thinking of running a cheap Pixies rank 4 like that. This thing also works well because you can, when you summon Dinosaur, I think it's just once per turn, but when you summon a dinosaur, you can summon a Jura Egg token, which is one of these things, to your opponent's side of the field, and this is a normal monster which works very nicely with the other field spell effect, which is when a normal monster would be destroyed just by any means, you can destroy a monster, a dinosaur type monster from your deck instead, which so one of the things that's very nice is that you can summon Rescue Rabbit, banish it, summon your 2 Dinomasher X, leave them on the field, and during the end phase, instead of destroying them because of Rescue Rabbit's effect, you can instead destroy 2 Baby Cerosaurus from your deck, or Pteranodon, or whatever, and instead of destroying them, and get their effects off, which immediately gains you some nice advantage. Also, as long as your opponent controls a normal monster, it's a token. As long as your opponent controls a token, they can't target your monsters with card effects, any of your monsters at all, dinosaur or otherwise. So that is also incredibly good. And the fact that the tokens are summoned in defense mode works really nicely with your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, because you can just spam their field with Jura Egg tokens a bit slowly, but spam tokens on the field, and do massive damage with that. Then of course, because it was printed in the structure deck, 3 copies of Terraforming, because you want to search out the field spell. The field spell is very good in this deck. So yeah. Then 3 copies of Fossil Dig, because you want to search out things like Soul-Eating Oviraptor. That's generally what you want to search out with this card. It's basically just Rota for a level 4 or lower dinosaur, or no, level 6 or lower, but we're not running any of those. Then I was thinking about Painful Decision because that card was reprinted in the deck, but I then realised I'm not really running any revival capability in this deck. Not much of it came with the structure deck, bar the Neg 1 Fossil Excavation card. But yeah, so I decided to run Unexpected Dies at 2 because this was also a very nice reprint in the deck. And if you have no monsters, getting like a 2000 beta straight from the deck is definitely nothing to scoff at. So yeah, playing 2 of these is very nice, and also if you are playing an extra deck, as I said, you can use this. You can use this and use the monster you summon to go towards an Xyz summon. I was also, like, in the monsters I was running 2 Gilosaurus because it's an inherent special summon, although it has a little bit of a disadvantage that your opponent can then special summon a monster from their graveyard. I was thinking just extra targets to summon extra fodder for dinosaurs, and also kind of thinking of theoretical rank 3 plays you could do with the deck if you so chose to run an extra deck with this. But eventually I cut it in for 2 copies of Swords of Concealing Light because this card just works very nicely with Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and it also helps to slow your opponent down to the level of this deck, because this deck is good, but it's definitely not the fastest thing in the format. I feel Zodiac's definitely a lot faster than this. So yeah, and then lastly, the other really nice reprint was Twin Twisters in the deck. Definitely makes this budget deck a lot better because just playing Twin Twisters, clear the back row, push through with your cards for game, very nice. So yeah, that rounds off the spells. Lastly, for the traps, there are not that many. There are 44 cards in this deck and only 5 traps that I'm running. But anyway, so 3 copies of Survival's End. This card is also really quite nice. So I wouldn't run this in True Kings either because of the lack of normal monsters, but you can destroy as many normal monsters on the field as possible. And if you do special summon the same number of dinosaur type monsters from your deck, so you can rescue Rabbit. If you have this set and you can rescue Rabbit into your Megalomashers, flip this, destroy while you've got the field spell on board, and just destroy 2 Baby Ceratosaurus from your deck and then get some more advantage from that. And then in the graveyard, it's not even during the turn it's sent, even if it's sent to the graveyard that turn, you can also banish this card from your graveyard, target a dinosaur type monster you control and 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. So it's a Diamond Direwolf in the graveyard, which can also enable your Baby Ceratosaurus and Pteranodon plays, and it also just gets you some nice advantage from the deck as well. So I definitely like running 3 of this for the time being. And then lastly, just a little bit interruptive, I was thinking of Quaking Mirror Force, but I feel the deck is a bit too fast for that. But I did decide to play 2 Ojama Trio because we can only play 2 because it's a semi-limited card, but it is also a very nice reprint in the deck, and summoning 3 tokens to your opponent's field and then somehow getting 2 Dura Egg tokens to their field makes it very difficult for them to actually play the game. And also because they're all in defense mode, they would all be in defense mode, and your opponent probably wouldn't want to switch them due to their lack of attack. It's very nice to just hit into all of them with your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno for game, and then go in with some more dinosaurs and attack for game. So yeah, guys, that brings me to the end of the deck profile. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you'll suggest improvements for the next build. I will be working on more deck profiles as time goes on. I'm still at uni. I got the structure decks today, and I really wanted to profile it, and I just really wanted to do some stuff with it. I've been testing since we got the list. I've been testing it out like non-stop throughout the week in my spare time. So yeah, if you enjoy the deck, don't forget to leave a like and show your appreciation by subscribing and all of that. It's, your support is so greatly appreciated towards the channel. As I said, I'll try and do some more deck profiles when I get more time, and yeah, peace out.